evening, good morning, good afternoon, everyone, depending on where you are placed in the world. Today, I have the pleasure and the honor to have with me one of the most iconic individuals in Northern Cyprus, Mr. Bulut. Now, Mr. Bulut, before I go any further, I'm going to let you introduce yourself because it would be easier and it would be the best that way.
Okay, Bogdan. Hello to everyone. First of all, I'm from North Cyprus. My name is Bulut. My last name is Akacan. Akacan Holding is one of the biggest companies in North Cyprus. We are in construction business, hotel business, tourism, and we have a university. We are in energy business as well. So we have a wide range of businesses. We are one of the leading companies in North Cyprus, one of the big companies. But we don't only operate in North Cyprus. We operate in Istanbul and in Marbella in Spain.
Wow.
So, but our main base is in North Cyprus.
I've been several times in Northern Cyprus. The first time I came, there were certain areas where it was just empty land, and now after 3 years I went back and totally different, like huge buildings, new city,
We are growing very fast actually, though. Very fast. You know that.
Yeah, I've seen it, and I see a huge opportunity in North Cyprus for investors, construction investor, like all type of investments. Like I've been, when I went to North Cyprus, I went to see what is not there, and I've made the list in October. But when I came back in May this year,
80% of it this time.
80% it was gone.
It's like this. You know that we were under embargoes almost 50 years.
Okay.
But last 5 years, I think we broke these embargoes. And we have all the brands coming to North Cyprus, all the nice brands and the investors and the people, because the world is getting smaller, you know. In 50 years ago, you couldn't see that much videos or, you know, Instagram or TikTok. You cannot discover the places. But now, North Cyprus exists, and it's in the middle of everywhere. It's in the middle of Mediterranean Sea. We are very close to Turkey, Greece, Israel, Syria, you know, the Africa, the Italy. We are in the middle of the Mediterranean. The location is unbelievable. That's why we had all these problems all these years, you know, because of our location. You know, everyone wants to own the Cyprus. You know, America is here, Greece is here, Turkey is here. You know, Turkish Cypriot is here. Greek Cypriots are here. We have British bases. In the middle of the islands, we have 2 British bases. So everyone wants to have rights in Cyprus. That's the main problem all these years, actually. But now, North Cyprus is like growing unbelievable. Because you know that South is in EU. And they have a very good economy. And no, we have, you know, the island is divided into 2. North part, Turkish people lives in north part, and Greek people lives in south part. But south part is in EU. Actually, the whole island is in EU because in 2004 we had an election actually and referendum.
Okay.
And we voted 2 things. In 2004, we voted 2 things. They said, do you want to join in EU? We said yes. 70% in North and 70% almost in South said yes. We want to join in EU. And another question was, do you want to make a peace? Do you want to reunifications? You know, to make a peace? 68% of Turkish people said yes. 70% of Greek people said no. So we couldn't make a peace in 2004, but we joined the European Union as a whole island. But for the north part, they said rules and regulations will be applied after the settlement. So we are in an awkward situation here. You know, we are in EU, but we are not in the EU. We are waiting for the settlement to join the EU. So meanwhile, the South economy jumped a lot, and they were in EU. They get all the support. Like if we compare 3-bedroom apartment in Kyrenia, which is like £300,000 around, in Limassol, same position, like we are building a shopping center now, and we sell the 3 bedrooms, they are 400,000, 300,000, 500,000, something like this. Same apartment in Limassol is £5 million. You know the difference? And people see same island, it's only divided by the borders, and it's almost 10 times more expensive.
We've seen, you know? I've seen that.
People see the opportunity. That's why we have lots of customers all over the world coming to Cyprus now, all over the world. And I believe we will have a resolution because it has been 50 years. You know, I was born here. I don't know the war. I have never seen any kind of war. We live in peace with the Greeks and everyone. So soon we will have a settlement. And after the settlement, our prices will be like the South. So people see the opportunities and they start to come to Cyprus and they start to buy in Cyprus. So, and it's growing, seriously it's growing. We are one of the leading companies that are building in North Cyprus. We are building hospital. We are building a university. The biggest shopping mall in the center of Kyrenia, which is Kyrenia is one of the best cities in North Cyprus, as you know, because it's next to the sea and surrounded by the mountains. And we have a flat sea, a flat city. So it's very nice. And 10 months of the year, we have sunshine. 10 months. Only, as you know, only in July and August, we are a little bit too hot. But other than these 2 months, we have unbelievable weather, you know. Even in January, we have sunshine.
It's not too hot. It's perfect.
It is actually. It's too hot for us because we work in construction side. It's too hot for us.
It's too hot for yourself. Now,
but it's good for the tourists, you know.
What I've seen lately, and it was very interesting for me to see. I've seen loads of Germans, Austrians, Spanish,
Scandinavians. Even in America, America,
selling their houses and in Germany and moving over to Cyprus. What would be the economical trigger to that?
You know, see, as you said, you're right. Last 2 years, we had lots of customers from Germany and Scandinavians. You know, we have like Finland,
Sweden,
Norway, Germany, Austria. We have lots of customers from this region. I don't know, maybe because of the tax issues, that they have too much taxes there. And, you know, we are like a tax haven country in North Cyprus. Like, for example, you buy a property here, say 300,000, and you sell this property in 6 months for 500,000. You don't have any capital gain tax. You only pay the transfer taxes. You know, that's it. No capital gain tax. This is an advantage for European people because European people, especially Germany and all these regions, they are fed up by paying high taxes, almost 50-60% taxes. So they see an opportunity as well, and they move like unbelievable. You know, we have all these costs now from Germany, as you said. We used to have lots of British customers, actually. When I came back from America, I used to study in America. And when I came back in 2003, at that time, in 2004, we had the doors opened between two sides in 2004. we used to sell lots of British people, lots of, you know, from Scotland, from Ireland, from England, from Great Britain. We used to sell a lot because, you know, you can use sterling in everywhere, and you drive on the left-hand side, you know. This is also advantage.
That's why I drove with my car.
And our law system is Anglo-Saxon. It's a British law, you know. It's very good. You know that we used to be British colonized. Even electric socket is 3 sticks, you know. it's a British colonized. So it's like we have a British community in Cyprus. We even have a British villages that you can only sell to British passport holders. Like I cannot go and buy a property like it's called Edremit. It's on top of the mountain, perfect view, unbelievable place, but we cannot buy there. Only British people can buy. You know, we have British villages. We have Maronite villages. Maronite is people used to live in Lebanon before, like 18th centuries. They moved to Cyprus and they have own villages. Like you have variety of culture in Cyprus, you know. You can go in this village and you can have a Greek musics and Greek foods, and you can go to Edremit, you can have British fish and chips, or, you know, you can go to Kyrenia and Turkish foods, you know, kebab. Like you can find all kinds of cultures here, which is very attractive for the foreigners. You know, they can come and they can even cross the border and go to another country, you know, like 5 minutes. And it's Greek.
And fill in the tank in the north side, twice cheaper than on the south side.
Yeah, because we use Turkish lira is much cheaper than the euro. You know, Turkish lira is against like 47.
No.
1 euro is 47 Turkish lira. So, and we are much cheaper than the South and the Europe and even Turkey. You know, if you go to a restaurant here, nice restaurant, we are much cheaper than Turkey. You know, it's unbelievable.
I drove from Northern Cyprus to Romania now. I mean, today I'm in Romania now. By the end of the week, I'll go back to Ireland. So I fill in the tank in Northern Cyprus, and then we thought it's going to be cheaper in Turkey, right? So actually, in Turkey, it was at least 20% more expensive, like diesel-wise, not restaurants, you know, just diesel. What I want to ask now is, I've seen a lot of and what I really loved in Northern Cyprus on the projects I've seen is that if you buy and if you want to move or if you want to come just as a tourist, you have everything on site, everything, whatever you need. You don't really need to go out unless you really wanted to. Where the idea came from to have everything in a place, like to build the estates on a resort type. For me, it's amazing. I haven't seen it anywhere else. And like all the new projects pretty much have everything. Where the idea came from?
Actually, you know, we started this idea first as an Akacan Holding. We built the first site. I said, before we used to have small apartments, like one apartment. And I said, we should not sell the stones. We should sell the lifestyle. You know, we started this. We are the leading of these projects. And we did it in the middle of the Kyrenia. You know, we call Akacan Elegance. We have everything inside. Like we have coiffure, gym, restaurants, market, car wash, everything. You go there, massage, jacuzzi, sauna, everything. So we said, let's have a lifestyle. We put the parking under the buildings, so the kids can play in the grounds without any risk, in safe position. Before, parking was like next to the buildings. So we put it underground. So then we had lots of inquiries for this. We had this project in 2000. We started in 2013, 400 apartments. We sold it like this in 2 months.
Wow.
400 apartments in 2 months. Boom.
Boom.
Then this model started everywhere. And if you go to Iskele side, they took our projects and we are building, and they are building as well. And the constructors in North Cyprus, most of them are trustable person, they are honest person. From this idea, now people start to sell the lifestyle, not the stone, not in a house. So we used to build only separate apartments. Now we cannot sell this kind of apartments. They want to have a complex. Everyone wants to have a complex. They want to go inside and have everything inside. The copper, the market, the swimming pool, open swimming pool, closed swimming pool. They don't want to go outside. They just want to have everything in the complex. And our project has another advantage because we are in the middle of the city. We don't build far away from the city. So families, they can find everything in the complex. But if they want to go out, they can just walk around in 5 minutes. They can go to Old Harbor. They can have a nice fish in Old Harbor. They have very good fish restaurants. They've renovated it. Did you see the renovated Old Harbor? It's fantastic, right?
It's fantastic. And
it's very, very close to city. And all of our project is surrounded by the city and Old Harbor. It's very close to Old Harbor. And we are building first proper, nice shopping mall in Cyprus. The first one in North Cyprus. We have one shopping mall in South Cyprus, actually 2 shopping malls in Cyprus. One of them is Cyprus Mall, another one is Nicosia Mall. And we are building Akacan the mall in Kyrenia, in North Cyprus, 100,000 square meters. We will have 127 big shops and 125 residences on top of it.
Wow.
So, and it's on the main road and it's the center of the city. So this is our exciting project. We are very excited to finish it. It's going to take 2 more years at least to finish it, but it's a very big project. Why we decided to build this project? That now we have lots of Turkish people coming from Turkey as well, and they have mall experience, and they are looking for a mall. And we have more than 50 5-star hotel with the casinos. As you see, 5-star hotels with the casinos. And when gamblers come to gamble in Cyprus, their families, they are bored in the hotel. Sometimes they go to the sea and all the activities, but they want to go out for shopping. And they don't have any places for shopping, And we decided to build the shopping center as well.
Super.
And
when it comes to families, like we've seen a lot of families moving over, and the infrastructure for families is great. Like you have shuttles to bring you to school, and you mentioned you already built a university.
Yeah, we are building a high school and university, Roosevelt College. So you will have primary school, high school, will have primary school, high school, and the university all together. So you start from, say, 4 years old till 25, 30. If you want to make PhD or professor, you can retire from higher. This is good. Education is good also in Cyprus. Seriously, it's very good education. We have 120,000 students for the universities.
I actually went to the university, the state university in Magusa, EMI.
Yes.
Yeah. So I've actually pitched them a project I have for Northern Cyprus. My plan was to move in Northern Cyprus next year in October. So the project I've pitched to them, it was something I've done in business about 15 years ago in Ireland, a model to teach students how to do real business. So we'll see what the results will be.
Yeah.
That's like I really love Cyprus. Cyprus, it's on my heart. Now, I'm going to move to, I'm going to shift a little bit the discussion.
Okay, from the country.
Because I'm interested now, and not only for me, but for our audience, when it comes to your entrepreneurial journey. We are going to discuss about you a little bit. Where did it start? What was that switch when you said, I don't know, for you it was like, I'm going to start this construction business and I'm going to be the best in Northern Cyprus?
That's a very nice question, Bob. In 2003, I graduated from America, Kansas City. I studied economics. And I decided to move back to Cyprus, work with my family. At that time, my family used to sell white goods appliances, you know. And we didn't have construction companies. Now our holding company worth almost $1 billion. Okay.
Wow.
At that time, we used to have only 4 or 5, actually three white goods appliances store. And I came back and I started to work with my father. And my father was a tough guy. And he put me in one of the shop in Kyrenia. And as I told you in 2003, in 2004, the doors opened and British people start to come to North Cyprus. So I was in the shop. And, you know, I just came back. I was very excited. I was 20 years old at that time. And, you know, I said, I need to start my business seriously. But I was in the shop and I started to sell the white good appliances in the shop. And I have like one customer comes, they buy all the white goods from us and they said, I want them after 1 year or 2 years. What's going on? And the next one comes, same. Next one comes, same. I used to sell like every day, 5-6 packages a day, maybe more, but they want their stuff after 1-2 years. I said, why? How come people they buy these white good stuffs? And because then I discovered that they are buying off-plan houses. Mm-hmm. At that time, I was thinking, how come people can buy off-plan houses? You know?
Yeah.
You know, I knew that you go and see a house and you pay and buy the house. People start to buy off-plan, and I was 20 years old, and I was impressed. And I went to my father and said, I just want to open a construction company. And he said, come on, all the builders are in bankrupt and you want to join there? You know, our business is very good. We work in cash. You know, it's very easy. We buy the product from Turkey and sell it here. It's perfect business. Just enjoy your life. And I said, no, seriously, I just want to build. And thanks to my mother, actually, he gave me £50,000 to buy a land. You know, because my father, also I make him to agree as well. And they gave me together, actually, my mother and my father, £50,000. And I bought a land. You know, I bought one land. It was 10 villas. I could fit 10 villas inside. At the time, the land price was like very cheap. Yeah. Same land to put 10 villas. Now I want at least £1 million, you know. But at the time, £50,000 I bought, and I sold it in 1 week. The whole 10 villas, you know, because I was good in computer. Because I came back from America, and it was, you know, we didn't have that much people there, and I made it. I had some SEO works in Google, and when you write properties in North Cyprus, I was like on the top, and sometimes I paid sponsor.
Yeah,
and I sold it in 10 days, almost a week. I sold 10 villas.
Wow,
you know, it was unbelievable. And it starts from there, the journey. Then, I took some money from there. I buy another month. And I got stuck, actually. And I saw another big land, very nice land by the sea at that time. It was like 400,000 pounds. But I had only 20,000 pounds in my pocket. And I was thinking how to buy, because I know that I drove a project before I buy the land. I took my architect and I drove a project, and I fit 40 apartments on it. 40 apartments. And I knew that I could sell these apartments right away, and I could,
Yeah.
I don't have that money to buy the land. Again, I went to my father and asked for the money. I said, no way, it's enough. Just do it by yourself. All right. And the broker, he told me that this guy is a very trustable guy. If we pay him some kind of deposit, he might wait for us. But I was rejecting to make a contract with me. And I said, no, if you have the money, come to North District office. You give me the money, I give you the land. I said, come on. And I told the broker, let me have a meeting with this guy. And you will get your commission 100%. I can sign everything, but let me have it like face to face. By myself,
How old were you?
Now I'm 42.
No. How old were you when you...
I was 21. Wow. 21. I was 21. And I took the 20,000 pounds cash. In Cyprus, cash is not a problem at all. I put it in an envelope and I went to his office. As soon as I went to his office, it was like very snobby man, but it was a trustable man, but very snobby. He said, why you want to see me? I already told your broker that I don't make an agreement and blah, 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 blah. I said, how much do you want to land? He said, 400. That's it. No negotiation. All right. I want to buy your land. I'll give you 20,000 pounds up front. I said, I don't sign anything. I said, I don't want you to sign anything. It's between you, me, and the God. I give you 20,000. I trust your word that you are not going to sell it in 1 month to anyone, even if they pay you 500 or 600,000. But you have to give me your word, And he said, okay. And if I don't give you 380,000 pounds in 1 month, then you can keep 20,000 free. No one knows, nothing, There's no paper, no signing. All right. That works. Okay. I paid him 20,000 pounds. Then I went to one of the most reputable lawyers in North Cyprus. He was a judge before. He was a barrister lawyer. He graduated from England. He was a judge. So all the customers trust him. So you should make a trust fund. All right. So, and I will make all the contracts with you. Put all the money there. Tell the customers that I didn't even buy the land. But as soon as I buy the land, you release the fund. Put it in your account, and I sold almost 80% in 20 days.
Wow.
Without buying the land. And I asked the guy, you can come to Land District office, and I asked my lawyer, he's coming, so pay him 380,000 and the rest to me, All right, I said, okay. And we went to Land District office. He approached me and said, who did you sell my land? I said, I didn't sell. I told you I'm going to build on it, and I sold it to the customers. Come on, without buying the land, you sold apartments on it? This is impossible. Said, no, you can talk to Mini Rakil. Mini Rakil was my lawyer, and he was a reputable. You can ask to him. I said, he really sold. Yeah, he sold 80% of the project. Oh my God, he said, and he took 380,000 pounds and he transferred the land to my name, to my company name, whatever. And it started from, and it was morning time because the land district office worked until 1 for the transfers. And I remember it was like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. His secretary called me. Said, Mr. Bulut, hello. Mr. Maniera, his name is Maniera. He wants to have a meeting with you. So what's going on? I mean, something wrong? No, he wants to have a meeting with you. You know, when are you coming? When can you come? I said, I'll come right away. So I just drove to his office. You know, he welcomed me and said, this is unbelievable. What you are doing is unbelievable. And at that time, he used to have lots of lands and he wanted to move to London. You know, he wants to sell his lands and move to London. He took a file and he showed me, look, this is 10 dönüm in Bela price. The price is that much. You have 6 months to pay. This is 8 dönüm in Alsancak area. This price is that much and you have like 3 months to pay. This is another land. You have 1 year to pay. He gave me like 5-10 million pounds lands, you know, as an option. He said, you can draw the projects, you took permissions, I can sign for the permissions as well. So start to sell and pay me the money and get the land. And, you know, from that point, I had like 5 to 10 million pounds lands in my hand, you know, and it started from there and I jumped from there. It was my starting point because it was good for him. He sold all his lands. I built on his lands and, you know, it started from there and we grow. And now we are building properties for 500 apartments, 1,000 apartments, big shopping malls, and the universities, hospitals, 5-star hotel by the sea with the casino we are building. And it changed all the atmosphere in Kyrenia. You know, it's something. If you came 20 years ago, you could see the difference. You know, it's all changed from that point.
I've been 4 or 5 years ago when I heard first about North Cyprus, and between 4 or 5 years ago and now, 2020, immediately after. So it's 5 years now, and I can see the total difference between what it was 5 years ago and what it is now.
Definitely. So my advice to young entrepreneurs: make your dreams. You know, you always watch the videos and they tell you make your dreams. It's actually correct. You know, it's kind of energy. You have to see yourself in this position. You know, before I buy a land, I even see the project finish. Even I am walking inside the project. You make a plan, stick on your plan. Don't hesitate to lose, okay? And don't lose your ambition, you know, never. You will have lots of problems. But if you have your target, you can go there, you know? There is no wind can help any ceilings if they don't have any rotation. All right. If you have rotation, the wind can help you. So make your dreams. And, you know, I told you, we make this company all from 50,000 pounds. Yeah. From 50,000 pounds. You know, God always helps you if you have targets. If you have targets. I can give you one more example. This is also nice. After I buy these lands and start the projects, you know, meanwhile I start to sell. But I was 21 years old, and all my friends came from America, and they were in the yacht with the jet ski and with the friends, and they called me and said, "Bulut, come on, come have fun. You know, we're in the sea." But in the office, we had lots of people working in the office. Even my mom is working in accounting. My uncles are joined to me. You know, everyone likes food. And we work like from 7 o'clock till almost 11 p.m. It was like, and I look at the office, it was like full, you know. But I was 21 years old, and I said, I need to go this, you know. I just, one of my side wants to go, another side wants to stay. I said, well, let's go. Yeah, you will not go back to 21 years old. Go. I go home, change my clothes, and I went to Old Harbor. And waiting for my friends to pick me up from there with the jet ski. And I was sitting there, and I see one gentleman. It's like very posh guy. He was having.
I can't hear you. What's that? Something happened.
Whiskey.
Okay,
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, now I can hear you. Sorry about that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's okay. I went to Old Harbor. He was a very posh guy. He used to have a whiskey and cigar. He's like somebody different, you know. And I said, let's approach to him and let's start to talk. Maybe I can sell one house to him. You know, I was waiting from there. You know, and I went to him and I said, hello, sir, how are you? Oh, he was from England. You know, it's
Sorry, 1 second.
No, I own him. He was the owner of these two companies in England. And at that time, if you search, he was one of the biggest overseas estate agents.
Wow.
I came to Cyprus to make an agreement with the construction companies to sell their houses. I said, oh, at that time, my company name called Santa Fe. Was studying there.
Okay, now.
Okay.
So your company
Can you hear me back?
Yeah. So your company was called Santa Fe?
Santa Fe at that time. But then I changed it to my last name, Akacan. You know, both companies were running at the time because for the British people, Santa Fe is good pronunciation and Akacan is for the locals. I said, I'm the owner of Santa Fe and Akacan. Yes. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, technical problems. Okay, I can hear you now.
Yeah, and they said, you know, I see your signs everywhere, but I couldn't reach you. And I met with this guy there. He came to visit me. Then I gave him all my contact addresses.
I don't know if it's from my side or your side. Just 1 second.
I don't know.
Okay. Let me close all the windows. Okay. Sorry about that. I'm going to cut this.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, can I continue?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, I gave him all my contact addresses, and you cannot believe every month he used to send me at least 20 properties after this day.
Wow.
It's a coincidence, right? I just wanted to escape from my business, but I met with someone else, which changed my life as well.
I don't believe in coincidences. I believe in opportunities.
Yes, because if I didn't go next to him and start to talk, you know, I just wanted to sell one house, but he sold me more than maybe 300 houses.
Wow.
It was very nice.
From your experience, you've already gave a piece of advice to the young entrepreneurs. Now, can you share one of the most big challenges you had, and how did you manage to overcome the challenge?
Perfect. In 2017, I ran for the parliament member in Cyprus. It was one of the biggest mistakes I made in my life, because at that time, Prime Minister was my very good friend. And he said, run for the parliament. If you cannot win, you will be our economy minister. I ran for the parliament. And I lost 480 votes. I took 48,000 votes. For 180 votes, I lost. Like very little. Can you say little. Almost 0.05%. You know, I lost it. Then our party couldn't manage to get in the coalition because it was the biggest party. Then the opposition party took the government. And they had a big fight against me. You know? Big fight against me. They start to search everything in my company, start to block some things. They don't give me the building permits, blah, 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 blah. So I had a very difficult times from 2017 to 2020. And then pandemic starts. But we managed to get all these things. And I said, I'm not going to be in the politics, so don't be panicked. So don't be enemy with me anymore. And we made a good arguments with them as well. But my party came to power again now. So we manage it. So I say, business people should not be in the politics, especially the ones who is growing. If you come from a very wealthy family like Rockefeller or Bush families, okay, you can join into the politics because you're also more powerful than the politics. But if you are a growing companies and you need to focus on your business, you should not be in the politics. This is the best advice I can give to young entrepreneurs and everyone. You know, that was a very difficult time for me. It was unbelievable. You know,
we are getting closer to the end of the interview.
Yes.
Can you share one funny story or embarrassing situation you were in, and like you are looking back and you're saying, "Oh Jesus, what have I done?" Or or I could do this better. Or
yeah, the funny one, and let me think a little bit. Because and think how to say it. It's also it's important. I'm asking my people if I have something like this, funny. Yeah. Right. Not a regret thing, but when I came back from America and I started the business and I started to earn money, right? I bought one convertible car, right? But at the time when I bought it that day from the dealer, they didn't pay the duty tax and they don't have the license plates.
Okay.
But at that time, they can give you the car to drive like daytime and bring it back. So this guy gave me the car, I paid the money. I said, I am going to keep it at night as well, right? But there's no plate on it. And at that time, you could pay and write on your name or your company's name. You can write on the plate, and I put my first name on the plate, Bulut. But it was fake, I was 20. It was fake. I just went, I said, I put it like fake, Bulut, And I had some customers came from England, and they said, can you take us to a club? And we went to a club. 2 guys, me, we went to club. And when we went to club, we took 3 girls from the club as well. But it was a convertible car, so six people in a convertible car with a fake license. And I drove a city from Lefkoşa to Girne. I was coming back. And I even took alcohol. Like if police catch me and I see the police in front of me and they stop me. And he said, come on. He said, how many people in this car without seat belts, blah, blah, blah. And he see my plate. He said, Bulut. And at that time, the mayor of Lefkoşa, his last name was Bulut Oğlu. Okay, but it's the same. And he had a son, same age, like me. You know? And he said, "Oh, you are Bulut Oğlu's son, yes?" I said, "Yes." To the police, because he said, "Oh, tell my best regards to your father, you know." He said, he always look after us, blah blah, you know. That time I was, "Oh, don't worry, I will tell you." And he let me to go, you know. He let me to go, and you know, and the next day, you know, I was with my girlfriend going around the city. And, you know, I was going around the city and 2 police cars, like, they stopped me like a drug dealer, you know, one in front, one at the back. They said, "Get out." I said, "You cheated us last night. You are not the son." And they took me to the prison, you know, to the police station, not the prison, police station. And they called the mayor. Mayor came. But he was a very good guy, you know. And even now, he's one of very good friend of mine. He came at that time, and I was like 20 years old. And he came and said, "Why are you using my name around?" I said, "No, I didn't use the name. You know, the station was like this. You know, I went to club and we took those, and we were in the car. And they said, if you were me, what would you do?" I said. And he started to laugh. "Yes, you're right. And I used your name, and I was very thankful to you, you know, until now." And I said, "Who is this Bulut Oğlu, the mayor? He's a very good guy, blah, blah, you know. He saved my ass." And I said, "And you want to put me in the jail now?" I said, and I told the guys, "Let him go. He's a good guy." That was the funniest story I had. Yeah.
Mr. Bulut.
So from then on, I try to follow the rules.
Follow the rules. Yeah, we all done crazy stuff when we were younger. Thank you very, very much for taking your time, your precious time to have a chat with us today. It is amazing.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you for all the advice you gave to the young entrepreneurs. I hope it will help someone to make the right decisions. And I wish you, and we wish you, good luck and success.
Thank you.
Your developments and with everything you do.
Next time we want to have you in Cyprus, and you can stay in our places, and we will have lots of chats as well. Yeah, when you come to Cyprus.
With pleasure.
Yeah.
With pleasure.
If I come to Ireland, I'll give you a call.
Absolutely. You'll be my guest.
Thank you.